Jamaican roast.
Alrighty.
Hello, darling.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers. Drinking a little chai tea. What are you drinking over there?
You're making me happy, but not the coffee.
There is a coffee called Jamaican Me Happy, but that's not coffee. That's not.
No, it's
No.
a little pink.
Nice. Oh, well, great to see you, Axel, as always.
Yeah, chilling, just chilling.
So what are we talking about today?
Well, I think with the craziness that's going on and how close to the end of this saga, I think we need to kind of like maybe regroup and just try to help people to just hang in there because I'm having a lot of friends really losing it at this point because we've been waiting so long and we're so close to the end, but they're losing it because they're like
Yeah, I mean,
frustrated.
we're watching a lot of things
Yeah.
fall now, and it's going to continue. I mean, this is
And
just
it's going to get
a
worse,
mess.
I think, real fast.
Mm-hmm.
Lots going to come out. And, I think we just need to continue, keep the faith. This is a test of our faith, our strength, our convictions. We're getting there. Don't give up now because we're so close to the end. And
It's hard
but
it's
I
hard
feel
for
the
people to
frustration.
see. Yeah, it's hard for people to see the corruption that's just
Yeah.
rampant. It's everywhere. People are at least starting to get that. I mean, it's everywhere. It's every single thing has
Yeah.
had its hand in the wrong box. It's just like a nightmare. And it's very much all over the world too. It's not just in one place. It's everywhere, 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 everywhere. So, and it is not going to continue. It
Mm.
it doesn't have the sustainability to continue. So it's starting to crumble. But it's hard when you know certain things or you've read lots of things and you've seen things for yourself in your lifetime. And it's hard. It's hard to not want it to come quicker or just be
And
done
it's
with
it's
altogether.
hard. It's hard too because I mean the two friends of mine have kids and it's been hard. When they get sick and they're stressed about money and it's just day-to-day life is being like um a burden on top of everything else that's going on. So when somebody looks up and says, all right, I've had enough, I'll come back for the next 26,000 year cycle, it's not something you would like to hear because we're so close to the end. We're so close. And it's just, I think we're going to see a lot more of that. And I don't know how to kind of encourage because you feel the frustration, you feel the exhaustion, the mental, the physical.
It's very
Um,
tiring to become aware of certain things that you had no idea were actually happening or that you knew a little bit about, but not as
the
much.
extent.
It's exhausting. And then you're trying to do all the things you normally do, all the while knowing that a lot of things that we do normally are not good for us. And then that's exhausting because you're pissed off about that. You feel sort of like a victim and that it's not um fair and my god, why has this always been happening? But the thing is, we're getting out of it, and that's what we need to really keep the eye on the prize of because it's changing, it's crumbling. We're going to see more of that. um it and we'll get there, but it's just you can't feel victimized by something. It was what it was. We've lived it.
Yeah, we were all subjected to this, so we're all in the same boat. And in that regard, there's strength in numbers, so we're all being targeted. So now we're going to turn the tables. And
It's an incredible point, and it really, that speaks to me big time, because when I think I'm not the only one, then I get really much more relieved
Mhm.
that we all have been in this together. It hasn't been easy. It's been tough, but the very least people realize they've been duped on many levels. That's also very exhausting. Nobody wants to think that. It's awful. Um, but you're not alone. We're all going through this. That gives me a great deal of comfort and solace, because again, it's that thing where you're really not responsible to go fix everything in the world all by yourself.
We can't.
And you
Yeah.
couldn't even if you tried. But we are getting there because there is a collective awareness that's coming to the fold of what's gone on. And that's a great thing. And that's what pushes it out and makes it crumble. So it's us doing it.
And that negative energy has no place anymore. It has no power. So,
Yeah. I mean,
and
just that.
we can man we can, I don't, I hate saying, I don't, because there's a whole bunch of trigger words, not trigger words, but like these words that are coming up now, which are, I don't like using them because they go like right back into what we are coming out of. But um we
Reimagine.
we can shift. We can shift and see immediate results when we send out the love and light. And if we do it as groups of people, we just did that. You and a few of our friends got together to do that at the show I went to last week.
Mm-hmm.
And you can shift the paradigm. You can have an immediate effect and see it now. Before, I don't know if it's, I think it's all of the above. I think it's, we're more aware. We're more aware of our strength together.
Mm-hmm.
We're more aware of the positive um, affecting
The
the
feeling
environment.
is extraordinary. You're feeling
Yeah,
it. You're seeing it. Just like you said, it's
and
like
seeing
there
it
was
right.
some- there was something really in the way before.
Yeah.
Like I meditated for a very long time in my life since I was a child.
Mhm.
And, you know, off sometimes, mostly on. But I did it because it relaxed me. It definitely brought me back into my center for the day, gave me a moment. Um, and it is nothing like what I feel today. When I
Mhm.
sit down to do that now, I'm not only aware that I'm taking time to connect with a larger, more expansive part of myself, but also our creator and our earth and everything that's involved in that. But the way that I feel is just beyond measure. Like I literally feel like zing, and
Mhm.
I don't think that's because well, partially we've evolved, definitely, but it's not like I've progressed spiritually and I'm coming
Mhm.
into, we are actually doing that naturally. And I do
Mhm.
think that's a part of it, but it's not anything I did. It's an evolution that's happening naturally to all of us. We carry it, but we have to make time for it.
Right.
And that's the only thing, is to make the time to connect with that in your day. And then, like you said, sometimes directed focus things for certain things you want with groups of people can be incredibly amazing, because you're literally seeing it happen now. There's nothing in the way anymore.
Right.
There was a lot in the way before, and that's something I'm really learning, which I didn't quite know. You certainly felt it. You knew there were these things, but it was literally like a brick wall,
Mhm.
which I have right here too, for as an example.
It's pretty
Um,
nice.
and that brick wall that we were dealing with was not anywhere near as pretty as this one.
Right.
It was just in the way of the energetics, were in the way of feeling or seeing something that you imagined come into fruition. And now we can see it pretty quickly. And I think that's also part of the frustration too, because people are feeling like, gosh, I really want to see this. And like, why? But it's like, you're doing it. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us understand what a big deal that is either.
Yeah, I think, it's a lot. It's a lot. Um,
It's a whole lot.
yeah. I mean, when you think about everything that is having to change.
Hmm.
Um, so focus on your inner circle, work on that, and then it naturally will expand out. I mean, what is it? Our fields are like a football field size.
That's so
So
exciting to me. I love that.
that's that's crazy. So when I go out, when I get in the car in the morning, I pray, to have my angels, be with me, and to have everybody in my fields, get to and from their destinations safely, and to get them back home safely. Um, I feel like if that's all I do for the day, it's enough, you know.
It's enormous. To say we don't know why we're here is kind of humorous at this point. I mean, we are literally like changing reality from the very being of who we are. And it's just enough to connect to that, really. It's not like you're running out with a sword and shield and just taking care of everything in the world by yourself. No, but there's this thing that we do with our energetic and morphogenetic field that transforms and transmutes every person in our path. And then when we come across each other, it lights the fire even bigger. So it's just a wonderful thing to know.
Mhm.
Um, we're really doing it. And just taking that time, take the time to sit, take the time for you, take the time to be alone, take the time to watch a funny movie, relax,
Yeah.
enjoy a couple things that go get yourself an ice cream cone and go for a walk. Like I don't know what it is that you love, but there's something we need to be doing those things. It's been a tremendous amount of work. Becoming aware of things has been a lot. So just, relax into it all and enjoy.
I think that, we're in our heads too much too. So when you find yourself in that cycle of negative thoughts, stop yourself. I don't know how, find a way to stop yourself from continuing thinking of that. And then remember, trust God, He's got our back. Call on your angels whenever you feel like you need them, because they're there for you. And I'm hearing now that you don't even, it used to be that you had to call them in or they couldn't intercede. But I'm hearing, because the veils are lifting, that's not necessarily true anymore. They will come in, you know, whether you ask for them or not, they're able to help. But
They
no,
are a part of you.
yeah,
This sort of split and divide that we've been living in for all these years keeps them over there and you here. But the point is that it's actually a part of you that's coming back in. So yeah, they're way more available. It's
yeah.
really amazing. I don't quite fully understand that yet, but it's kind of like that future self thing where it's like we've
Mhm.
come back from the future to right a great wrong. I mean, yeah, it is this sort of like 50 million parts of ourselves coming back in. And when you think about things like brainwashing and, you know, people having, alters and, you know, multiple personality disorders, what they used to call it, but it's like sociative identity disorder or
Mhm.
something like that is what they call it now. And it's, literally the personality splits out into a million things. I really think that's happened to all of us in a spiritual sense.
Mhm.
That's kind of what I'm talking about. It's like we've been fragmented. We've been sort of out in all these places and not fully embodied in who we are. And then we think everything is outside of us. We think, the power is over there. I got to get it from that. It's not. It's in you.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so much that we're going to be learning. So, you know, it's going to be overwhelming what we're seeing, but know that it's pretty much been done. It's just playing out publicly. Um, there's enough of us to support you, reach out to someone, and just breathe. We
And
forget to breathe sometimes, I think, because we just get caught up in this chaos, and it's like, just stop it. If you have to get up and walk around the block, or get away from your desk or wherever you are, take a step outside, hug a tree, whatever it is to ground you.
and
And
remember also that, as bad as things have been for such a long time, and then we were aware of it and realizing that we didn't have any idea how bad it was, it's also some really great things are coming too. And
amazing stuff.
people do not know how amazing, I myself included, I'm just like, we're going to be amazed. So
And there's beautiful souls, and we're connecting with them, whether you realize it or not. Just look around. Everywhere you go, you'll run into somebody, and you realize, wow, there's these beautiful souls out there, and because of that, we're going to win this. I mean, we already won it, but you know I think, like, in 6 months, you're not even going to recognize the world as it is.
no, you won't. And again, my point is that, as bad as it was and could have been, and was, let's just face it, it was, it's equally as good, if not better. So that's going to be the other part to really hold on to at this moment. So it's exciting. That's good. And just hang in there, and it's been, also try to get some sleep, take a hot bath, do these extra things you can do, because, and I know a lot of people have had trouble sleeping too, but if you get the chance, do it. Don't beat
Drink,
yourself up
drink
for
a lot
anything.
of water. Yeah, drink a lot of water too, and then remember to stretch out your spine to open up the chakra.
I've heard that too, especially
Mhm.
because it gets the fluid running through
Mhm.
the vertebrae, and it's incredibly helpful for your head, actually, because it's just flowing all the energy back into the brain. So cool, good stuff to know. And I did a little stretching yesterday. I'll do it again.
He does it all the time, so I have to learn from him.
Yeah, they're so awesome. And I have a friend and her cat staying with me, and I introduced you to Peanut on the last thing, but
Full name.
she's just so sweet, and she's always stretching out. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's like a constant reminder. Animals are just amazing that way. So cool. Anyway, well, thanks for today, and I'll see you guys next time.
Thank you. Love you.
Love
Love
you.
everyone here. Hang in there. We've got this.
And
Just
if
breathe.
you forget to breathe, just take a look at Axel's ears and tell you everything you need to know. See you next time.
Take care.
Bye.